Hello friends, 642 days of war. Starting from the Russian-Ukrainian war zone in south on Kherson front, Russian army counterattack at Krinky central position from west and south forced Ukrainian troops to retreat slightly and consolidate their position in the center of the village where they are holding their bridgeheads since long now. They are able to hold and even strengthen the position because of continuous replenishment and artillery cover from western bank of Dnieper river. Zaporizhia front, by and large positional battle continues and there had not been any significant changes. This is due less uses of artillery, armor vehicles, UAVs due heavy rain and mud. Ukrainians nonetheless carried out Rabatino and Verbo direction but failed. However, they are continuously launching limited local attacks on daily basis without any gains in recent days. On Rimivki salients, similar situation prevails, where Russian army is launching limited attacks on Ukrainian positions but without any gains. In north, on Swatovo sector, no changes. As per the social media, Ukrainian Abrams tanks have been spotted in Swatovo region. Ukrainians carried out counterattacks near Sinkiivka but without any gains. They also carried out reconnaissance battle in Serebryansky forest. No gains towards Torsky. Mutual artillery duels continue. Coming to east on Avdiivka front, after taking over Yasinovotskaya industrial zone, Russian army moved forward and advanced almost 500 meters towards north and west of the forest regions. In northern flanks, fight is continuing towards Kuksa-Khim, Novokalinova direction. Russian army has strengthened its position towards Stepnoe. Ukrainian army is holding coke plant, where battle is continuing. The Russians had made some marginal gains on the outskirts of this establishment. In Marinka, the Russians carried out localized attacks but without any changes. Similar was towards Novomikhailovka. Bakhmut, by and large, no significant changes. Intense fight is continuing for tactical heights near Klishchiivka. Further south towards Avdiivka, Russian army gained footholds in railway areas. Now both Russian and Ukrainian armies have resorted to mass drone strikes on each other's rear targets, also using missiles occasionally and air power wherever possible. Ukrainians carried out attacks on central and western Russia. In central Russia, almost 24 UAVs participated. Most of them were intercepted by Russian air defense and shot down. Russians also shot down a large scale of UAVs attack in Crimea, where S-200 missiles were also intercepted over Sea of Azov. They also targeted Bryansk and Moscow regions. AFU first time struck thermal power plant in Starobeshesky and caused damage to the power plant. On Palestine Israeli front, so far ceasefire is holding. Close to 200 trucks of humanitarian aid entered Gaza Strip on 26 November, that is yesterday. So far 2,000 trucks have reached Gaza Strip. Hamas says it wants to extend ceasefire. Spanish PM Pedro Sanchez, after meeting Benjamin Netanyahu, said that he will recall his ambassador from Israel and go ahead with recognition of Palestinian state. He also said he finds Israel to be the cause of humanitarian crisis in Palestine. First Western country to denounce Israel for humanitarian crisis in Gaza Strip. Some news from Ukraine, Russia. A member of the Verkhovna Rada, which is Supreme Council of Ukraine, Mariana said Zaluzny does not have a war plan for 2024, and if that be true, that a plan doesn't exist, he must resign. Not very important, but this shows there are discontents among the Ukrainian politicians, even from the ruling party, against the present Ukrainian army and especially its chief. In the meantime, weather is causing havoc in Ukraine as well as in adjacent Russian territory, with snowstorm, covered roads, broken power transmission lines, blackouts in Odisha, Kiev, Crimea, and flood also reported in Crimea, Zaporizhia, Berdyansk regions. Weather does not have any liking or disliking for any sides. Putin in the meantime has announced Russia will make its own contribution to artificial intelligence, like against ChatGPT, which is serving the interest of US imperialism, and there are enough instances of this. By the way, such efforts are going on in India also by some volunteer groups, like in southern part, in local languages to start with. Later on, they will try to spread in rest other languages in India as well as in English. Whatever bad happens, be it nature or human-made calamities like war, etc., is generally speaking against the working population of the earth, which are more than 95%, even if there is economic and climate crisis against them only. Thank you friends, see you tomorrow.